The answer is it completely depends on how things play out. We all know the Hawk Tuah meme was massive. I mean, it was everywhere. What I didn't bank on was the Talk Tuah meme being massive. Because everybody saw Hawk Tuah and said, oh my god, this chick, Haley Welch, made a career off of it. That's absolutely insane. Good for her. She made $1 million in her first 3 months, I believe. But then, the executives and the people trying to make money off of her, they go up to her and they say, okay, what are you good at? Well, she's not good at anything. She can't sing. She's not very interesting. And there was even a reality show in the works that I'm sure somebody told somebody else who was trying to make money off of her, hey, this isn't going to work. Nobody's going to watch this. So then what do people with no talent do? Obviously, a podcast. And I'm going to play the first part of the trailer.
She's literally doing anything to stay relevant.
Does anyone actually give a fuck about her?
Why are we keeping this girl relevant?
Your 15 minutes are up.
Your joke was funny for 2 days. Stop.
Y'all really thought I was done? I'm just getting started, baby. It smells warm. F*** you.
Yeah!
What's one move in bed that makes a girl go crazy?
This just seems so corporate. You know that this was put out and there are 6 executives sitting behind the camera stroking their shit thinking, oh my god, we're gonna make so much money from this. And it worked perfectly, but not in the way that they thought it was gonna work. I'm sure they thought it was gonna work like people are gonna sit down and go, Haley, America's sweetheart, she said spit on dick in a funny way and now she's famous and I want to see what she's doing. No, it's getting that many views because it's cringe and it universally sucks. But the thing is, the podcast hype will eventually die. She's not doing that forever. She's not Joe Rogan. She's gonna have to find something else, which leads us into our point. There are a couple ways she could go about this now. Pulling a Charlie. Now, I know there's a guy who has more followers than her. His shtick is doing this. But let's be honest, when you think of TikTok, you think of TikTok Charlie, you don't think of that guy. Now, why is she the poster girl of TikTok? Well, she's not necessarily the best looking. She's not necessarily the best dancer, but that actually works to her advantage, I think. Because you need to appeal to the average side. Because she's really pretty, but not pretty enough where you'd think, oh, this isn't a real person. This person has had work. She was born in a test tube. There's no way that a human's that pretty. And same thing with dancing. She's not a good enough dancer where you would say, oh, this person has years and years and years of training. But she's good enough where you'd be like, oh yeah, this looks natural. This looks fluid. Now, whether she pulls a Charlie on Instagram or Twitter, she could be the forefront of memes. And not the fucked up memes that me and you look at, the generic memes. The ones that the millennials who doom scroll Facebook and still think Bad Luck Brian is funny. Those memes. She already tried to do more memes, but she's just not very funny.
Please get her a hat that says shit on that thing.
Okay, maybe not.
Shit on that thing. That respect. And it usually comes out in your...
And your poochie banana? What the fuck?
And as we know, that didn't really work out. The meme was more just, oh my god, I can't believe this is a thing. And now people are doing this, which also adds to the hype.
Were you hawking or were you towing?
I don't know.
Start hawking.
Hawk 6, 7.
In 4, damn it! Look at me!
Hawk 2, 3, 4. Hawk 2, 3, 4. Hawk 2, 3, 4.
No. Was I hawking or was I doing? Count again.
Hawk 2, 3, 4. Hawk 2, 3, 4. Hawk.
So I could see her pulling a Charlie, although I don't think it's going to happen, simply because there isn't a set platform where she could pull a Charlie. It would just be memes. And memes are everywhere. The next thing, and I think more likely, is pulling a Brey. This one is far more likely. How did Brey get her start? She was a Livy Dunn clone. And people said, holy shit, it's Livy with cannons. But see, Brey wasn't a dumbass about that. She knew that she either had to capitalize on her 5 minutes of fame or die in the terms of social media like so many people do. So what did she do? Well, Livy Dunn's an athlete. She would never start an OnlyFans. Everybody wants to see Brey's boobs. So yeah, she starts an OnlyFans. It works. She skyrockets and then gets into a position where she can start going out with famous streamer Jinxie. Now she's solidified. People know her. She's not going to fall off. She's going to have generational money forever because of the moves that she made. Now, Hawk Tuah and Talk Tuah is a lot bigger than Livy with cannons. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But I think at the end of it, when everything everything starts dying, pulling a brekkie might be the best option. It's also worth mentioning that Bad Baby was another one who got famous from a meme, but I like the brekkie comparison a little better because Bad Baby was underage when she got famous, and she was also very provocative, and then started an OnlyFans the second she turned 18. Bad Baby's mother knew she was going to be famous. She had a plan for her to be famous. And Bad Baby ended up running with the whole sex symbol thing. The Livy with cannons meme was huge, and she was making money off of TikTok, but then it started to die and the bills were due. She has no fan base. She's a meme. Eventually, she's gonna have to make that decision, which is, like I said, why I like the brekkie comparison better. Plant. This is the last one that is also very likely. Plant. The industry just won't let her die. They'll find something for her to do. Kind of like what they did with Charlie. Remember, Charlie can't sing. She's not very talented. She's not a good actor. Same thing with brekkie. Same thing with Tuah girl. Like I said, brekkie sold her boobs. Charlie was solidified. Charlie's a plant. She can't die. Same thing might happen for her. They gave the D'Amelios a reality show. Because, well, their life is interesting now. Dixie actually cleaned up her singing a little bit, so she's not a horrible singer. You know, Charlie and Dixie beef. All right, maybe they're not very interesting, but just bear with me. Tuah is kind of in limbo right now, but I could totally see them not letting her die. We also have to take into account that she's from the South. Generally, people from the South are very, very good Christians. But I don't know, I could be wrong. She might not be religious. So that's something else we have to factor. So my grand judgment call, I would say, pulling a Charlie, she's got a 30% just due to her not having an app to take over. Pulling a brekkie, you got 40%. You got to stay relevant. You can't die, especially if she gets a taste for that money, fame lifestyle. And then plant, I got 30%. I don't know who's going to keep her as a plant. So right now, I would say she has a 40% chance of starting an OF. If the Southern values are strong, this drops by 35%, making it a 5% chance because you always still have that lust. You always still want that comeback, especially if you've fallen so beneath and you're irrelevant. Because she would get a shit ton of money. Everybody wants to see her spit on that thing. Have a great day.